Hey everyone, welcome back with another session of geography. So we'll continue the same chapter, that is the major relief features of the earth. Alright, now in the previous sessions we have already discussed about the mountains. So today our topic of discussion that starts from plateaus. Now what are these plateaus? We all know that plateaus are like flat elevated landforms which rise sharply above the surrounding landforms and slope on at least one side. Okay, so basically in normal terms, if we see like plateaus, these are like elevated landforms, and like these are higher than the plains but lower than the mountains. Alright, now the table of the plateau is flat, so that's why a plateau is also known as a tableland. Alright, now these plateaus, these are formed by both endogenic and exogenic processes. Alright, now according to their location and formation, plateaus are classified as different types. So what are these? First, Intermountain Plateau. Second, Piedmont Plateau. Third, Continental Plateau. And last we have that is Volcanic Plateaus. So we'll discuss one by one. Alright. So first we have that is Intermountain Plateau. Now these are the plateaus which are surrounded by the mountains on all sides. Alright. These are surrounded by mountains on all sides. Now if we see for examples, the Tibetan Plateau, the Plateau of Iran and the Bolivian Plateau comes under this category. Alright. Now secondly we have that is Piedmont Plateau. Now these plateaus are found at the foot of the mountains. Okay, and if we see for examples like Patagonian Plateau in Argentina, the Malwa Plateau we have in India, and the Piedmont Plateau in America. So all this comes under this category. Alright. Thirdly, we have that is the Continental Plateaus. Now these are the plateaus that rise abruptly from the surrounding lowlands or the sea, and it covers vast areas of the continent. Okay, now if we see for examples, the Peninsular Plateau we have in India, now plateaus in Greenland and the plateaus in Antarctica. All these plateaus comes under this category, that is Continental Plateaus. Now fourthly we have that is the Volcanic Plateaus. Now these are formed due to volcanic eruptions. Okay, now the successive layers of lava, they spread over large areas forming plateaus. Okay, now if we see for examples, the Snake Plateau we have of Colombia in USA. Okay, now the Deccan Plateau in India. So all these are the examples of volcanic plateaus. Now as we are discussing about plateaus, now plateaus are also useful to us in different ways. Now what are these? Let's see. Firstly, they provide grassland for rearing livestock. Yes, they provide a huge amount of grassland for rearing different kinds of animals, that's livestock. Alright. Secondly, we have plateaus are rich sources of minerals and they provide raw materials for industries. Yes children, so we can find different kinds of minerals in the plateau areas. If we see for example, in India we have the Ch.6 Plateau where we can find lots of minerals, and also these plateaus, they provide different kinds of raw materials for industries. Okay, now volcanic plateaus are rich in black soil. Yes, as the lava gets solidified and it mixes with the soil, so it turns into black soil, and hence this black soil, we all know this provide excellent for growing cotton and sugarcane. So this black soil is very useful to us. Alright, so these are all about the plateaus. So next we have is plains. Now what are these plains? Plains are an expanse of low-lying, flat or gently rolling land. Now if you see, like generally areas not more than 200 meters above the sea level are termed as plains. Okay, now these plains are formed mainly by external forces And which are these forces? Like suppose weathering, erosion, and deposition of sediments by rivers. Now, based on the mode of formation, okay, plains are categorized into different types. So they have three major types. Now what are these types? Structural plains, erosional plains, and depositional plains. So these are the three major types of plains. Now first that we have, that is the structural plains. Now this structural plain, these type of plains form on horizontal rock strata. Alright, now which have been left undisturbed by the endogenic forces. Now these structural plains, they are naturally occurring plains. Alright, these are naturally occurring plains. Now if we see for examples, the Great Plains in the USA, the Russian platforms, and the central lowlands in Australia all comes under this category. Secondly, we have the erosional plains. Now these types of plains, they have been formed by the erosional agents such as wind and water. Okay. Now highlands might get eroded to form different kinds of plains. All these erosional plains. Okay. Now if we see for example the West Siberian plain in Russia and the Canadian Shield, we have that comes under this category. Alright. And thirdly we have, that is the depositional plains. Yes, these types of plains, basically they have been formed by the eroded materials which have been deposited in low-lying areas. Alright. Now if we see for example the fertile alluvial plains of northern India and also the eastern and western coastal plain of India, all comes under this depositional plain category. Okay. So as we are discussing about the different types of plains, now these plains are also useful to us in various ways. Alright. Firstly, these plains are rich in alluvial soil as they are getting deposited in somewhere else. So that's why these plains also they have this alluvium. Alright. So they are rich in alluvial soil, that is like very good for agriculture. Okay. Secondly, these plains provide good living conditions. Yes, the weather is also moderate, like not very cold or not very hot, and we can enjoy summer, winter, and rainy season properly in these areas. So that's why these plains provide good living conditions. Okay. Third, we have many industrial units are set up in the plains. Yes, if you see in the desert areas and in the hilly areas, it's not possible to set different kinds of industrial units. So in the plain areas, so these things are available. So that's why these are also useful. Okay. Now along with all this, we have large cities and towns that flourish in the plain areas. So this way, these plains are very useful to us. Now if you see for example important plains that are the Indo-Gangetic plain in India, we have West Siberian plain in Eurasia, Huanghe plain in China, Po Valley in Italy, and the Pampas in Argentina. All these are the important plains in the whole world. Alright, so these are all about the plateaus and the plains. So that's all we have in this session. I hope you have liked it. So until the next time, bye bye.